Hello and welcome everybody to my channel. I am providing clarity, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. Normally, I talk about Legacy and the latest things that are happening with their ecosystem, but today's video is going to be a little bit different because I want to talk about my project called Planet Beast. Now first and foremost, I talked to Justin and asked him if it would be okay if I handed over some documents that explain my project a little bit better so that he could pass that information on to the team so that Planet Beast could officially be a Legacy project, and he indeed said yes. One of the reasons why I wanted to create Planet Beast in the first place was because of Legacy and how decentralized, community focused they are, and even having that perpetual development fund. If anybody in a decentralized world wants to create a project and build on Legacy, they'll be supported with the development fund. It doesn't matter who it is, granted as long as they have good intentions. Anyone looking to develop a quality product and build on Legacy will be supported, and I thought that was really cool. Plus, crypto is my life and I wanted to do something impactful, and I am indeed proud of the progress I have done so far, and I want to share all that with you. I'll try my best to do what I always do, make this video in a clear, short and concise manner. The main goals of today's video are explaining what Planet Beast is, why you would want to get one, how it works, and how to buy one. So without further ado, let's get started. So if you're unfamiliar with my first trailer that came out, here it is.
In a universe much like our own, exists the planet Elementus, an amalgamation of nature that is one of a kind in the universe. However, on this planet, an unprecedented event is about to take place.
So essentially it's a planet with a bunch of different terrains that vary widely, and a portal to the multiverse opened up and started spewing out a bunch of different creatures. Now all these creatures are forced to live on the same planet, battle for resources, and naturally develop a hierarchy. One beast must become the king or queen of Planet Beasts. So getting into the what of Planet Beast is a play to earn game. There's 6 different beasts to choose from, each of them controlling their own unique element. They control the elements through the use of Essence, which is going to be our native token powering our ecosystem. You can earn Essence by staking your beast as well as playing the game. Now with all these different projects popping up out there, it's really hard to stand out. So I made sure that well thought out utility and value was given to my Planet Beast to make us stand out. I have tried my best to create something new that I call NFT economics. The ecosystem is revolved around the NFTs themselves. They generate value naturally through utility, scarcity, and collectability. We'll go into more depth about what this means when we see the white paper. I wanted to develop unique characters. Most NFT collections have 10,000 different copies of the same character, and I felt this makes each character lack originality and creates a lot of common characters. You can have a cat with a top hat, or a cowboy hat, or a pinwheel hat, or a shirt, a tank top, a suit, but at the end of the day they're all just cats. So I wanted to make sure that everyone got truly different options to choose from. So in my game there will be 6 different characters. Plus, each character only has 750 variations, so per character they're pretty scarce, with the total supply of Gen 1 being 4,500. Less than half of most other projects. And lastly, tokenomics that ensure longevity. No arbitrary burns to force scarcity, no inflationary mechanisms that reduce token value and force longevity. Our token actually has a purpose. Use your tokens for character purchases, in-game item purchases, staking, and governance voting. These multiple use cases ensure that the token continues to be used, circulated, and creates real value through utility. Plus, a portion of every transaction that occurs on Planet Beast, buying items and buying characters, will go back to the rewards pool. This constant replenishing makes the rewards sustainable for years to come. And I've done the projection. Each different generation of Planet Beast, when you stake it, gives you a different amount of essence. And if every single Planet Beast from every single generation were staked, based on the supply and how much they give you, it would last about 10 years. So in terms of rewards longevity, we have it. Now of course, like every and any project, the development is dependent on sales. So the more sales we generate, the faster the project gets developed. Now since the goal is to make a game, there aren't too many in-between steps. We launched minting with the first 3 Planet Beasts. Now we're at 20%, releasing the last 3 Planet Beasts and launching our token plus staking. Next we'll start to develop and release our Gen 2 Planet Beast and start the first steps to launch the game. We're also working on 3D models of environments to start creating our own metaverse. This of course is a ways away and highly dependent on sales, but in the meantime I've gained access to 3 other metaverse spaces that I will make exclusive to Planet Beast holders. So while the goal of having our own metaverse is always in the back of my mind, in the meantime you have plenty of metaverse options to choose from with your Planet Beast. Think of it as your membership ticket in to our exclusive exclusive spaces. We'll touch a little bit more on that later. Then of course releasing the last 6 Gen 3 forms, potentially a legendary planet beast, and focusing on finishing that metaverse and something more. Now a lot of other projects don't really give away all the numbers, and I feel like that lack of transparency causes some trust issues and is a red flag. So I have outlined the allocation of our funds and tokens in order to build confidence in our ecosystem. So with Gen 1 sales, 50% of the profit from Gen 1 sales goes directly to the community wallet. So in our project, when you buy a Planet Beast, half of those funds go back to you in the form of a community wallet. The community can all vote and decide on what to use the funds for. This truly is a community-centered project. 30% will go to the development fund. This is to pay for developers, marketing and advertising, artists, animationists, server fees, and everything in between. And the last 20% of sales revenue goes to profit. Now this part is extremely important. Other than an awesome advisor and a great developer, everything else is on me. I am essentially the only team member. I handle the Twitter, the Discord. I created all this information that you see on the website. I created the FAQs, I created the white paper. I'm the person who talks to and acquires partners. I do the marketing. I talk to the talent that we hire to create a lot of this stuff. I market the project, and as well as I have funded the entire project to date. But even despite all that work, I make sure that 80% of all the project's revenue go back into the project and into the community. This next graph shows the token allocation of our Essence token after Gen 1 sales. The goal is to get 40% to go to exchanges so people can freely buy and sell whenever they want to. 40% of the token supply will be locked up in the rewards pool for players to earn. And yes, that 10-year projection mark is based on this 40%. So the earnings of Essence is going to be highly stable and definitely have longevity. And when the token is created, I'm also going to implement a whale cap to make sure no one wallet can hold so many tokens that if they dumped them all at once, it would tank the price. Granted, yes, people can have multiple wallets, but at least this is one step that is in my control that I'm going to be doing to help mitigate that. 5% of the token supply will be locked up for giveaways and promotions. And lastly, 15% of the tokens will be kept for a development fund and for profit. With these three combined, 60% of the total supply initially will not be on the market, making the token extremely scarce. Of course, that helps generate a positive token price, so it would be good to have some of those tokens for ongoing development and for profit. Now granted, that does involve selling the tokens, so when we do sell the tokens, it will only be at a maximum of 2% of the total funds per week as to not devalue the token's price. Here's a quick snippet of our white paper, and as you can see, the Essence token has a supply of 150 million. So if we take our total supply and then get our 15%, that's 22.5 million. Then we take 2% of that and we get 450,000. And that number is less than half of 1% of the total supply. 0.3%. Now granted, this is my own project, and if I want it to flourish and survive, I can't do anything that would negatively harm the price and my investors. So, if the community thinks that this number is too high, I will definitely change it. This is a community-focused project, and I want to make sure that my investors are happy and that everything I'm doing is fair. And part of the reason why I think this is fair in the first place is because those who have invested in this project and those who are early adopters of this project deserve to have the project be seen through to the end. And if sales ever get slow, that will limit our progress forward. So having that backup of funds ensures the project continues to move forward and the investors that invested in my project get what they came for. And again, if the community thinks this is too much, I am more than happy to change the numbers around and allocate and sell much less in order to have the project thrive. But for 40% or 60 million tokens being distributed to the reward pool and to the exchanges, I think 450,000 is pretty small. And lastly, when the Generation 2 and 3 Planet Beasts come out, 30% of each sale, as well as the sale of in-game items, will go back to the rewards pool. This ensures that the rewards pool is always filling up and constantly replenishing as the user base grows. And the last 70% will go to profit. So not only do we have a rewards pool that will last for 10 years if all generations of Planet Beasts were staked, 30% of sales of Gen 2 and Gen 3 and in-game items will go back to the rewards pool. So with a lot of the token supply being locked up and the use case of the Essence token for buying Planet Beasts and in-game items, plus more that we haven't discussed, will cause a lot of natural scarcity and buy pressure. Now I have two infographics here to show you. Some of the information overlaps, but I want to show them both to you anyways. So why would you want to own a Planet Beast? There's a low supply. There are only 750 variants of each of the 6 beasts, making them all extremely scarce. As I said earlier, you get Metaverse access. Owning a Generation 1 Planet Beast will give you access to our Metaverse spaces in Netvrk and the Ethereum towers. Plus, I've also added a new Metaverse offering, TCG World. Stake and play to earn. Stake your Planet Beast to earn our Essence tokens, which fuel our ecosystem, plus earn extra tokens from playing our game. And if you're an early adopter, you get a free airdrop. The first 50 mints of each Planet Beast type, 300 in total, will all receive an airdrop of 100 Essence tokens. Here's another infographic that I made illustrating 4 of our planet beasts. The jungle beast, Monarch King, the fire beast, Dracor, the desert or sand beast, Pharazar, and our ice and snow beast, Niveus. And we just finished our air beast, Aerodice. As I've said earlier, I've tried to develop a unique ecosystem where the NFTs create value for themselves without any external resources. So I call this NFT economics. We designed our NFTs not only to have inherent utility built within them, but also have them work with each other to make them more valuable. Plus, on top of that, you can craft in-game items that become NFTs, so you can use them to enhance your Planet Beast utility or just sell them on the open market. Now, what exactly do I mean by NFT economics? Well, let's find out by going to the white paper. The white paper is on the bottom of the website, so you can check it out here. I initially made the white paper myself, but I had it redone and it looks awesome. So you guys can all check out the full white paper on our website at planetbeast.io. But I'm just gonna go over the important topics that I haven't covered yet. Also, real quick before we continue, the supply of the Generation 2 and 3 Planet Beasts are gonna be much more scarce. So, because they get increasingly scarce, they will be minted for a higher price. So the least we can do is increase the quality of your Planet Beast NFT for that price increase. So, Gen 2 will have a better art style than Gen 1. Gen 1's more cartoonish, Gen 2 will be more hyper-realistic. And Gen 3 will also be hyper-realistic, but in 3D. So each generation of Planet Beast not only will increase in power and strength in the game, plus have an increased earning potential of essence, but it will also look a lot better. A couple projects have done this, like Bulls on the Block. They have their evolved bulls, which have a completely different art style and look really cool. So I'm doing something a little bit similar to bring more value to NFT holders. Okay, here we are. Page 10 of the white paper, NFT economics. Other than the main game itself, this is really the bread and butter of the project, so I want to make sure I go through this thoroughly. Each character has 3 generations. While each one is more powerful than the last, they will all have a distinct benefit for holders. For example, Gen 1 Planet Beast acts as your ticket to the Metaverse. So, Generation 2 and 3 Planet Beasts will not give you access to our Metaverse spaces. However, a Generation 1 will. So even though Generation 1 will be the weakest and give you the least amount of essence, it will be your only ticket into our metaverses, giving Generation 1 Planet Beasts a forever utility. Plus, not to mention the early adopter airdrop. As the project expands, there will be implementation of unique special access for the other 2 generations, such as exclusive content from partnerships, merch, advanced metaverse capabilities, lotteries, and much more. As I've said earlier, each generation of Planet Beast that is released will have a lower supply than the one before it, making each successive generation more valuable, not only due to their improved utility and strength, but also due to scarcity. So here's the breakdown. 6 characters at 750 variations each is 4,500 total Gen 1 Planet Beasts. The next generation will have 500 variants each, a total of 3,000, and Gen 3 being the most scarce will only have 300 variants each for a total of 1,800. So here's one of the really cool and unique parts of my project that I think makes it stand out. So of course, staking your Planet Beast will enable you to earn yield in our Essence token. However, holders will have the chance to earn a higher yield if they are able to acquire NFT generations of the same character with similar traits. So, for example, if you have a Gen 1 and Gen 2 Planet Beast that are both red, or if you own a Gen 1, 2, and 3 that all have a coffee cup, you will earn more yield. So you are rewarded by making the effort of acquiring specific Planet Beasts. We call this utility through collectability. So not only can you earn from gameplay, earn from staking, but you can earn even more if you collect specific Planet Beasts of the same type, which I think works pretty well since everybody probably has a favorite Planet Beast already, so getting the next generations of that same beast that they liked in the first place seems like something they were already gonna do, hence making this system of rewarding the collector much more satisfying. Here's another anti-whale precaution. You can only hold 5 Planet Beasts per wallet and per game account. This includes every generation. As I've said earlier, there's nothing stopping people from making different wallets or different accounts, but I've tried my best. So of course we've set this in place so that there are not a select few accounts that hold a majority of the supply. Plus, limiting individual wallets will allow more people to participate. And most importantly, combining all of the above that we just discussed create our NFT economics. Mechanics 1 and 2 of giving specific generations unique utilities, plus the decrease in supply and scarcity, creates value naturally and drives demand. Mechanic 3, which is utility through collectability, gives a natural reason for Planet Beast owners to trade their NFTs to acquire the ones they want, so that they can earn more essence. And Mechanic 4 entices people who have bought their full roster of 5 Planet Beasts to sell some of them when future generations get released. Otherwise, they won't have any room left to get the more valuable Gen 2 and 3 Planet Beasts, which also means they won't get to take advantage of Mechanic 3 and earn more essence. So these last two help facilitate natural trading. Generally, we want people to hold our NFTs, and with all the utility and metaverse access that comes with them, they will be holding them. However, everyone being on the same page and understanding that everyone else will be wanting specific planet beasts that other people might have will ensure people won't sell under floor price. Naturally, you wouldn't sell something under a price that you paid for in order to give someone else the NFT for them to gain more benefit. Each planet beast will be valuable in its own way, and everybody will want to get their specific beasts. So this gets us a healthy trading volume and hopefully a great floor price. And of course, stating the obvious, if you sell your planet beast, that means you have more funds to get later generations, making it advantageous to be an early adopter. Not to mention again that early airdrop. And lastly, here's the breakdown of how much essence each planet beast can give you. A generation 1 planet beast gives you 0.5 essence daily, a generation 2 gives you 2 essence daily, and a generation 3 gives you 5 essence daily. Now another unique mechanic that Planet Beast has for its game is giving each NFT its own different stat spread. So you can own 5 of the same type of planet beasts, like our Fire Dragon Dracor, and they will all have different stats based on its traits. So using the NFT's metadata will give each NFT different stats based on their attributes. So not only will you have 6 beasts to choose from, even within each individual beast they will all be unique. This yet again is another reason to facilitate healthy trading. Let's say someone loves to play with high defense. They want to make sure that they get the planet beast not only with the highest defense, but the best attributes involving defense. Or maybe they'll like to be a glass cannon, not a lot of defense or health, but has a high speed and a high attack. Like the last person, they'll make sure to get the planet beast that best suits their needs, and the specific one out of those planet beasts that has the best stat spread for their playstyle. Now there are 6 different stats in the game, and each planet beast specializes in one of these traits. Vitality, which is your health, goes to Wartide, the water planet beast. Attack, which is the strength of your attacks, goes to Dracor, the fire planet beast. Defense, damage reduction when blocking, goes to Pharazar, the Sand Planet Beast. Speed, which is your move cooldown rate, goes to the Jungle Planet Beast. Quickly touching on that, every time you use a move, it goes on a cooldown. We'll touch more on this in a quick second. Stamina, which is how many charges you have per move, again we'll go over that later, goes to Erodice. And lastly, Essence. How quickly your Essence regenerates goes to Niveus. Now what's with the cooldown rate, charges, and Essence? Well, you have different attacks that you can choose from when battling. You can do light attacks that do less damage but have more charges. A charge is how many times you can use a certain attack. Heavy attacks do more damage but have less charges. Elemental attacks do the most damage, but they require essence. They can also potentially cause a status effect in your opponent, which is very advantageous during battle. Lastly, you can block and dodge. Blocking reduces the damage you take from an attack, while dodging completely evades the opponent's attack, resulting in no damage. However, I want Planet Beast to be a skill-based game, so blocking and dodging are not automatic. You have to manually activate them and time them correctly to your opponent's move in order to successfully block or dodge, similar to how you would do it in real life. You can also use items in the game that have various effects. However, when using an item, all moves go on a 1.5 second cooldown rate. And just to go into more detail about the charges, let's say your character has 5 charges on their light attack. This means you can use a light attack 5 times. Each of those 5 times that you use a light attack, after you use it, it goes on a quick cooldown. However, after all 5 charges have been used up, the light attack goes on an extra large cooldown, preventing you from using it for a significant amount of time. This of course brings in a lot more strategy involved and requires the player to really think about their attacks. How many, at what time, and which attack. I didn't want this to be a short mini game that didn't require a lot of skill. I wanted this to be something fun where people can use their brain and challenge themselves to come up with different strategies in order to win. The last parts of the white paper go more into depth about the token, like unlocking special game features by staking your essence token, acquiring the in-game items and purchasing characters, governance voting, and of course, staking your planet beast to earn yield. Here's that graph from earlier, and the math behind how much essence each planet beast generates, getting us that 10-year projection. Now one of the last things I want to cover before this video ends is why you should care about the different metaverse offerings that owning a planet beast will get you. So of all the different metaverses, I chose to invest in the ones with the absolute highest quality. So with that being said, I wanted to show you guys a quick snippet of all 3 metaverses and the quality that comes with them. First is Netvrk. Netvrk is built on Unreal Engine 5, enabling this amazing level of high quality. The end product of the game will actually look like this with these types of graphics. Their world is huge with a bunch of different sections and things to do. As you can see, they have a lot going on with a ton of possibilities. The sheer quality and scale of this metaverse means that there's going to be a lot of development needing to take place. So because of that, unfortunately, it's going to take quite a while for them to release their beta testing. However, we do have a medium plot, which is not the smallest plot that they own, like the small green one over here. So when it does launch, we'll have plenty of space for all our users. Here's another quick snippet of Netvrk. Next up is the Ethereum towers. As you can see, a world-class designer has built these spaces and they look incredible. This is a definition of luxury, and I'm really excited to get our community into these towers. And last but not least is TCG World. This one is also an amazingly high quality metaverse that has so much to offer. Their metaverse is about having fun, adventuring, meeting people, and exploring a ton of different options like golfing, skiing, going to yacht parties at the marina, exploring ancient ruins, visiting a volcano, going to a battle arena, a festival, stadium, and anything else you can imagine. They have dragons, creatures running around all corners of the metaverse for you to catch. They even have crystals spread across the map that you can mine for free. This game is free to play, but you can still earn by mining these crystals in the metaverse, which is an incredible option. Plus, if you own plots, they have a really intuitive and simple builder. Their builder allows you to build full-scale buildings in under 20 minutes, some as quick as 5 minutes. As you can see, it's a quick snap and lock kind of builder, allowing you to cycle through different types of walls, floors, ceilings, stairs, and much more. This minimalistic full-scale house was built in just 5 minutes. In TCG World, there will also be different types of vehicles. Not only vehicles, but mounts. You can have a monster truck, a Lamborghini, a dragon, a Pegasus, motorcycle, and so many other incredible options. Now, they recently did a graphics overhaul, and wow, the world looks absolutely incredible. The world is procedurally generated, so as you go through it, it generates the environment in real time. So having this level of quality with that many things to do, plus being procedurally generated, is out of this world. That's insane. A lot of what they're doing is pushing the envelope and doing things that other metaverses are not offering in any sense. This is one that I am clearly very excited about. Lastly, as I've mentioned, you can literally ride dragons. That's one of the more exclusive forms of transportation, only for people who own 8 different TCG Dragon Cave Club NFTs. They will get airdropped eggs, which will have other utility, but mainly to get this cool flying dragon. So if you own a Planet Beast, you'll get access to our plots in TCG World, Netvrk, and the Ethereum towers. And the last thing I'll cover in this video is how to buy a Planet Beast. I wanted to make sure that I built on a chain that has extremely low funds. Initially, I wanted to build this on Legacy, but currently I'm waiting on documents to be released that detail how to migrate from one chain to another. So when that gets released, I'll be moving from Polygon to Legacy. And Legacy only has 1 cent fees, so extremely low. But until then, I'll be using Polygon, which also has extremely low fees. You can go to their website, wallet.polygon.technology, and go to Bridge. Here you can just connect your wallet and bridge from ETH to Polygon. Now there are a lot of different solutions that allow you to bridge from Ethereum to Polygon. Admittingly, a lot of them much quicker than this Polygon bridge. However, this is the official Polygon bridge, so I'm only going to promote this one. One Planet Beast costs 0.07 ETH on Polygon, which is kind of the standard price for most NFTs, except you'll get extremely low fees every time. Well, that about wraps up this video. Thank you so much for watching. This might have been a lengthy one, but I appreciate you sticking around. So, as a reward, I'm going to show you some pre-alpha footage that I've made. Alpha is the earliest stage of a game's development progress. So this will be pre-alpha footage, essentially detailing how the game will look, feel, and work. So again, thank you so much for watching. You can visit us on Twitter at PlanetBeastGame, and please join our Discord. I would love to have every single one of you in the Discord chatting it up, talking about your different beasts and interests. Once again, the website is planetbeast.io. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you get a Planet Beast and join our community, and I hope you enjoy this video. Till next time.
Start